Made in the Bahamas surveyed today. This certification is a mark of quality, a symbol of our national pride, resilience, and commitment to producing superior products and services. Go online to madeinthebahamas.info. Your voice, our future. Let's make our products a symbol of our nation's greatness.
Join us for the rebroadcast of the 2024 Anthony Huck Williams Jr. Junkanoo Parade, Saturday, February 17th at 1 p.m.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, tourism officials say they are in talks with the Margaritaville at Sea executives regarding the discontinuation of the one-way service to Grand Bahama. Also tonight, we have the details from the West Grand Bahama Entrepreneurial Expo, which was dubbed a success. And the 50th Independence Committee revealing the victors of the Great Debate Initiative. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, Margaritaville at Sea announcing last year the discontinuation of one-way trips from Grand Bahama to Florida. In this report, Shane Stubbs engages in an exclusive interview with the Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of Tourism, Investment and Aviation, who reveals ongoing efforts to convince the cruise liner to reconsider its decision.
There is an issue, as you're aware, that's impacting the residents of Grand Bahama.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, addressing the concerns of residents regarding the Margaritaville at Sea. As of January 1st, the cruise liner announced the cessation of their one-way trips from Freeport, Grand Bahama into Palm Beach, Florida, a move that shocked many on the island. An initial report released by Margaritaville revealed that change stemmed from regulatory constraints related to U.S. immigration and custom laws.
There have been some concerns between Margaritaville at Sea and the policies that they are interpreting as laid out by the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol.
But could there be light at the end of the tunnel? According to the minister, the ministry is currently engaged in discussions with the cruise liner regarding the reversal of its recent policy change. Noting how essential their service is to the people of Grand Bahama, he says there is urgency to find some common ground.
We are making progress. The Minister for Grand Bahama has expressed that the Margaritaville at Sea service is essential to the way of life of the people of Grand Bahama. So understanding its significance, we're in active discussions.
With their position stated, the ministry remains steadfast as discussions continue.
We've spoken with the USA Embassy already. We've clarified the position, and we are continuing the dialogue with Margaritaville at Sea. We are optimistic, but we are resolute that this is an important issue for the people of Grand Bahama.
While no time frame has been given on when a deal could be reached, the Minister of Tourism is optimistic that an agreement can be met. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
In other news, Carnival Cruise Line executives have unveiled intriguing details about their highly anticipated private destination, Celebration Key, set to open on Grand Bahama in July 2025. As Yolanda Thompson-Everest tells us, the unique destination will feature distinct areas known as portals, offering a diverse array of activities, dining options, and shopping experiences designed to cater to passengers of all ages.
Chris Chimes, Chief Communications Officer of Carnival Corporation, providing an in-depth look at the exhilarating options awaiting guests at Celebration Key. While the opening date for the Carnival Cruise Port remains scheduled for July 2025, Chime highlights the anticipation surrounding these distinct portals, adding that it showcases dynamic and riveting activities aimed at guiding guests to discover the fun and exciting experiences that Celebration Key has to offer.
You know, one of the benefits of partnering with the local community to build this from the ground up and to design it with those things in mind and to really have a true Bahamian experience that's kind of integrated throughout the design and throughout the features and the products and the services, whether it be food and beverage, whether it be the beach experience, excursions into the, away from the destination into other parts of the island. It's really going to be able to appeal across those three very important parts of why people travel now.
Chimes emphasizes the active involvement of locals in shaping the design, underscoring that the concept has evolved for the betterment and improvement of the overall product. According to him, this marks just the beginning of an economic revival for Grand Bahama, with the potential to spark various other economic activities and notably job creation.
We're actively recruiting local residents for construction jobs, for management jobs, for long-term jobs with regard to the features and the products of the destination. So we think that this will be a great boon for local job outlooks and hopefully attract other kinds of investments.
Citing the strategic inclusion of Grand Bahama in the itineraries of over 500 cruises on 18 ships from 9 U.S. home ports, he emphasizes the convenience this brings for both locals and travelers, solidifying the destination's significance within the cruise industry.
They're going to have access and visit Grand Bahama and Celebration Key, and hopefully want to come back multiple times. So this isn't like a local play as it relates to attracting new visitors to the Bahamas. It's really from much of the northeast and southeast of the U.S.
Now, Carnival plans to share more details for each of these portals over the coming months. And with the development underway, there are also plans for future expansions. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
Switching gears now, the West Grand Bahama Entrepreneurial Expo drawing scores of residents to the St. Mary Magdalene Parish Hall for an introduction into the possibilities of launching their own brands. Residents in West Grand Bahama were given the opportunity to hear from officials within various government agencies on how they can get their small businesses up and going. Shane Stubbs has more in this report.
The West Grand Bahama Entrepreneurial Expo taking place here in West End, with scores of residents taking full advantage of the information being presented to them. Now, the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, commends the residents for coming out and taking that bold step in the right direction.
With all the opportunities happening on the island, with all the new developments, that people are prepared.
With a number of government agencies that help drive small businesses forward, the 2024 Entrepreneurial Expo did the job in piquing the interest of West Grand Bahamians for what's to come in the future.
You have the Small Business Development Center, you have the Tourism Development Corporation, Bahamas Development Bank. You also have the cooperative unit in the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources. And, people are learning what the various agencies do and how it can support them in their own initiatives.
Entrepreneurship is one of the fastest ways to create jobs. Those are the sentiments of the Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper. From current small businesses, proximity to the United States, marine resources, and the spirit of entrepreneurship, the Deputy Prime Minister believes the second city's capital is primed for a major boom.
There is the opportunity now to bring all of these pieces together with the support of your MP, with the support of the Ministry for Grand Bahama, with the support of all of our partners here today, to cause there to be more than just a spark of entrepreneurial opportunity, but significant success.
With strong roots in fishing and food businesses down in West End, Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini Kingsley Smith says each resident represented the diverse range of talents within that community.
Each of you here represent an industry without which our community would not be able to survive or strive. Today represents another phase of our 10-point plan for a brighter future.
And with the expo brought to their doorstep, residents look forward to what's to come in the future, especially from a fisheries point of view.
This is an opportunity for us to redevelop the fishing industry here in West End.
We want to get all the young guys on the fishing business so they could get established and get their own business and accomplish so they could take care of their family.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Meanwhile, the collaborative efforts of the Small Business Development Center is continuing. The island coordinator is imploring for more business leaders and entrepreneurs to take advantage of the opportunities they have to offer. He speaks with our Jolanda Thompson-Everest about the logistics of the program and some slight concerns.
Development Center is still on a mission to grant entrepreneurs easy access to the business world, mentorship, and funding opportunities. The island coordinator, Jeffrey Pinder, expounding that their commitment remains the same, and he's calling on more entrepreneurs to become involved in their program with offerings of job creation, wealth diversification, and economic development.
It's not the major companies that drive the economy. It's those businesses that have 2 and 3 employees, the convenience stores and the tour companies and the tech stores and the print shops and the ice cream stores and the pop-up marketing events. This is how the economy is driven.
The small business development was enforced through a collaborative partnership with the Chamber of Commerce, the University of the Bahamas, and the Employees Confederate Union. And thus far, Pinder says they have been successful in expanding many businesses on the island. However, he mentions a slight problem.
Misconception that we give out grants. And it's not so much that we don't give grants, it's our grants are specifically driven by data. So through the process of somebody applying to us or registering with us, once we get a profile of their business and we understand the dynamics of what they do or what they're interested in doing, there might be another 100 persons fit into the same category. And we will see some deficiencies in their application forms or the way that they operate their business. And so we begin to what we call an adjudication process.
Now, Pinder notes, on the other hand, that persons have complained about the organization conducting follow-ups, and he says that the duty is to ensure the small businesses remains in compliance with their obligations.
Not about being in your business, it's to ensure that after you would have seized funding, that you were put in the position that you are going to be successful.
The SBDC Island Coordinator expresses that the goal is to ensure that their entrepreneurs are equipped and successful, and that includes managing their skills and experiences. Pinder is asking for more residents to visit their website and apply online for assistance where needed. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
Walter Reeve College emerging victorious in the Great Debate, a significant event organized by the Committee for the 50th Independence Anniversary as a part of the array of events staged last year. The speech competition held in May 2023 saw the local college clinching the title of champions. Deborah Pratt, a member of the 50th Independence Anniversary Committee and co-chair of the competition, unveils the thought-provoking topic that fueled the debates. Be it resolved that the Bahamas is not truly an independent nation. The competition provided a platform for intellectual discourse on the nation's independence and its ongoing significance.
A heated debate, a great debate, and in the end, the winner of that first round of competition was Reeve College. They spoke for the topic, they supported the topic, saying that we were not an independent nation, and they won. So I guess they can explain the reasons why they thought, but their debaters were really good, and the research was good, and they won the competition.
President and founder of Tarif College, Terrence Archer, expressing enthusiasm for initiatives like the Great Debate and notes that the institution looks forward to participating in such intellectually stimulating challenges. Winner Berndira Hepburn says that the opportunity was not only educational, but it gave her a new appreciation for her country.
When you look at private institutions, a lot of people look down on private institutions as not being worth their salt. We hope that this competition and our being prepared and ready to go will prove and dispel that notion.
It was a joy to see that as a nation that basically I grew up under and was taught to believe that on our country and learn to appreciate the other nations that we are connected to.
Well, in a move towards operational excellence and environmental sustainability, Hutchison Port, Freeport Container Port, announcing the incorporation of 6 cutting-edge hybrid straddle carriers into its operations. The introduction of these state-of-the-art machines not only enhances operational efficiency, but also represents a significant leap towards reducing the port's carbon footprint. The hybrid straddle carriers equipped with advanced technology showcase the port's dedication to a greener and more efficient future. The incorporation of these machines is a testament to Hutchison Port's FCP's ongoing efforts to align with global sustainability goals and reduce the environmental impact of its operations. The port's commitment to a sustainable and efficient future is poised to make a lasting impact on both local and global maritime practices as Hutchison Port's FCP advances its commitment to operational excellence and environmental stewardship. The introduction of the hybrid straddle carrier stands as a noteworthy development in the port's ongoing journey towards a more sustainable and eco-conscious operation. Well, get ready for a cinematic treat. We'll tell you all about that, sports highlights, and more when the Bahamas Tonight and the Northern Edition returns.
See what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
Lucaya Service Company Limited, Lusco, urges operators of vessels of all types to exercise caution and care while navigating the Grand Lucayan waterway in the area of the Casuarina Bridge. February 5th through February 19th from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. As construction repairs will be ongoing, Lusco apologizes for any inconvenience caused.
Express your love to that someone special this Valentine's Day with chocolates, teddy bears, or a card that says it all. Create a gift basket that makes a lasting impression with everything you need and more. Shop Bellevue Gifts and Supplies.
ZNS Northern Service is coming back to the show. Happen today. Oh, see a shop right there.
Boys all been out of smoke.
Yes, I got that. I checked that off. The weather's perfect, the food's great, people are very friendly.
A week of live shows and the latest news, as well as reveal the untold narratives through the eyes of Biminites, as well as share with you why people from all over the world come to this beautiful island. Join us on February 12th through the 16th from 3 to 4 p.m. only on the ZNS Network.
There ain't no place with better diving than Bimini. We have undersea adventures right here in Bimini.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Now to a cinematic treat. Keyplex Entertainment in Grand Bahama, the future home for family-friendly entertainment, is set to host a pop-up cinema event this Saturday, February 3rd at the Regency Theater. Public Relations Representative Sasha Pinder extending an open invitation to everyone, urging them to secure their tickets for what promises to be an unforgettable event.
first movie is Super Mario Brothers, and it starts at 3 p.m. You want to get there early at 2 p.m. To ensure that you get to take advantage of the snacks and the refreshments before you go in and watch the movie. At 5:30, we have our second movie, and I think it's Mission Impossible. And then we have a late night movie, which is at 9 p.m. It's The Equalizer. So we got Tom Cruise in there, Denzel Washington. We have the family-friendly movies as well. So it all takes place at Regency Theater this Saturday. The doors are going to be open from early. Grab your kids, grab your wife, because we're watching movies out here this Saturday. It is important and it's an imperative that we have the support of the Grand Bahamian community so that Keyplex can continue to do events like this on the island of Grand Bahama.
Founder and Chief Executive Officer Bernard Sweeting expressing their dedication to reviving the movie experience on the island. He highlights the diligent efforts put forth by the team, emphasizing that this event serves as an introduction to the exciting entertainment initiatives they are bringing to Grand Bahama.
With this particular event, we made sure that we wanted to provide an enjoyable and legitimate cinema experience. And so part of this, particularly even when we come to market in our official opening, is establishing a relationship with the studios. And so we did that with this event, making sure that all of the films that we're playing are licensed by Universal, Sony Pictures, and Paramount. So that's important for us so people can know they're coming to a legitimate, enjoyable cinema experience. We're happy to be able to announce that it's kind of a dual purpose to what we're doing here, which is introducing the concept of what so many people was asking about, which is the ability to buy shares in what will be Grand Bahama's future home for family-friendly entertainment. And so that's part of what we're announcing at our event on Saturday as well.
Well, noted physician and published author Dr. Alfred Brathwaite recently presenting a compelling narrative titled The Also Ran But a Champion to Christ the King Rector, Canon and Norman Lightbourne, who he credits as being a pivotal influence in his later years. The literary work penned by the doctor intertwines events, people and creative ideas and pays homage to Brathwaite's journey and preserving the rich culture.
Was influenced by people. Characters, as we call them. And somewhere within me over the years, I felt like those aspects of life in Carriacou were dying. And I didn't want that to happen. So eventually, and perhaps it came with my retirement from the practice of medicine, I decided to put it on paper.
While acknowledging Brathwaite's invaluable contributions as a doctor in the midst of a proud family and friends, Canon Norman Lightbourne expressed gratitude to Brathwaite for the book presentation.
Dr. Brathwaite, in my humble opinion, has contributed immensely to the growth and development of our people here in Grand Bahama. He has given unselfishly of his time, his talent, and his resources. So I wish on behalf of the congregation here at Christ the King to say thanks to Dr. Brathwaite from the bottom of our heart.
Well, the start of Grand Bahama Little League baseball season is upon us. Shane Stubbs gives us the details in tonight's sports package.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Shane Stubbs, and welcome to your Northern Edition Sports Check. It figures to be a very, very busy weekend in sports. Leading the way will be Little League Baseball. Here's Jay Philippe with that report.
Grand Bahama Little League Baseball is expected to start the first week of February. The 10U Red Sox is one team looking to come out as champions.
We really new. We're just starting out. We have a few of the boys who came up from Coach Pitch. And then we have a few of the 10U boys that we had last year. So we have a few veterans. I would call them veterans. And then we have a few of the newcomers.
Coach Nico and his team also preparing for the 12U baseball season.
I'd rate out what's going on today. You know, we got a lot of physical athletes, but it's more, what we missing is the thinking part of the game, and that's what we looking to develop more in our kids.
Also to mention, the Grand Bahama Baseball Championships will be held right here in Grand Bahama. I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Total Sports.
Next in sports, the 10th annual Tour de Grand Bahama takes place this Saturday and Sunday. With Falco on board as a partner, President of the Grand Bahama Cycling Club, Kenton Roker, says this year's event will be bigger and better than ever.
Saturday morning, we'll have a time trial at 8 a.m. And once the last competitors can finish an hour later, we have the crit. Sunday morning at 8 a.m., we'll have our road race, the grueling road race, 85 miles for the elites. But this year we've added the schools. We have the inter-school competitions.
As the title sponsor, we're really looking forward to not only supporting this event, but also, just bringing cyclists from around the region to our island, showcasing the beauty of our island, showcasing their perseverance and tenacity that it takes to really be a part of the sport.
And lastly in sports, scores from the O.B. Wilshcombe Derek Nesbitt High School Basketball League. In senior girls action, the St. George's Jaguars put in work and defeated the Jock Cable Wildcats 23-17. Demetria Rowe led the Jaguars with 9 points, while Kyla Sanders finished with 15 points in the loss. In under-17 boys play, the Jaguars ousted the Grand Bahama Academy Flames 32-19. Makai Nesbitt finished with 12 points to lead the Jags to victory. And the Tabernacle Falcons got by the Sunderland Stingers 23-18. Claudius Burrows led the Falcons with 8 points in the W.
And that's your look at sports this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Shane Stubbs. As always, be safe, be great, and have a great weekend.
It's Tech Edge Virtual Job Fair for tech professionals, February 8th and 9th, 2024. Scan code to register or visit www.techedgebahamas.com.
Attention Freeport Grand Bahama. Grab your bicycles, grab your tennis, for this is an event you can't afford to miss. The University of the Bahamas North is hosting their annual Fun Run, Walk and Bike in celebration of the university's 50th anniversary. Starting at 6 a.m. on Saturday, March 16th, we will meet at the University of the Bahamas downtown's campus, formerly the Kipling Building. We are inviting you to come out and support in aid of the UB Northrop Bill campaign and the Student Support Award. For the month of January, there is an early Mingos special. If by chance you missed the special, you can register online or pay in person by March 6th. The registration fee is affordable and it is all for a great cause. Remember, March 16th, it all goes down. See you at 6 a.m. and let us support the UB Mingos.
Strike a spark today, ignite a blaze tomorrow. Love yourself this February. Be prepared for the upcoming jobs that are coming to Grand Bahama. Enroll today at Pine Yard Technical Center, number 12 Oak Street in the Civic Industrial Area. Classes resume February 5th, 2024. Registration includes welding jacket, shield, and textbooks. Courses offered: Introduction to Welding, Monday and Wednesdays for 3 months. Advanced Welding classes, Tuesdays and Thursdays for 9 months. And Applied Welding classes, Fridays and Saturdays for 12 months. Contact their office today at number 12 Oak Street, Freeport, or call 352-7712 or 533-0821. Or you can email pineyardsteel@hotmail.com.
Northern Service is coming back to
Oh, see a shark right there.
Boys off the swamp.
Yes, I got that. I checked that off. The weather's perfect. The food's great. People are very friendly.
A week of live shows and the latest news, as well as reveal the untold narratives through the eyes of Biminites, as well as share with you why people from all over the world come to this beautiful island. Join us on February 12th through the 16th from 3 to 4 p.m. only on ZNS Network.
There ain't no place with better diving than Bimini. We have undersea adventures right here in Bimini.
Your number one news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Bobby Dames, you are our Facebook friend of the day. A special happy birthday going out to you as well. We hope that you enjoyed, and thank you for your continued support of ZNS Northern Service. We also extend birthday greetings to Teresa Tomlinson. Hope that you are doing well, and also to Taria Grant all the way over there in the Turks and Caicos. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire news team here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned if the Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up, cruising through the Caribbean, experiencing unique thrills. From Trinidad and Tobago Carnival to Barbados' Sandy Lane Gold Cup. The area's top airline honors its most loyal customers with a very special celebration. Taking in the cultural vibes with some flyboarding at the side. Of course, you're in the Turks and Caicos Islands. It's all next on this station.
And I was wondering if you'd like to buy a box of candy to help keep kids like me off the streets and out of gangs.
Look here, how much they cost, man?
Just $20.
Just $20? Man, you'll get your little Happy Meal.
A real man supports kids that are trying to better themselves. I love kids.
I think I love kids, too.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, labor unrest, aviation growth, taxation burdens businesses, and in sports, BAISS date set. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Makushla Pinder, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. Scores of hotel workers turning out to the Department of Labor's Rosetta Street office late this afternoon, waiting for the outcome of a meeting between union officials and Atlantis execs to determine whether they should stand down and call off the work to rule or shift their industrial action up another notch. Our Corvell Pyfram has tonight's top story.
Good evening, Makushla. We are outside the Department of Labor here on Rosetta Street. What has brought us here is the ongoing issue with the Bahamas Hotel Catering and Allied Workers Union and, of course, officials from Atlantis Resort. Now, the Bahamas Hotel and Catering and Allied Workers Union told us earlier this week that they were now in the process of, or that they had initiated work to rule. Since then, a meeting has been called between officials from Atlantis and officials from the union. It's being mediated by the Director of Labor, Howard Thompson. Those workers, the union, still upset about the fact that Atlantis refuses to pay the 8% raises that they agreed to years ago. The latest move we're being told from workers here on the ground is that now the hotel, which initially wanted to exclude workers in the tipping category, is now refusing to pay those raises to anyone. So this emergency meeting between the union as well as the officials from the Department of Labor was called today. It started about 5 o'clock. They've been in there for roughly about 2 hours now. The workers say that their patience has just thinned and that time is up. The time for talking, they say, has ended. They want results. They say they want what has been promised to them. It is only, they say, the right thing to do. So there's a lot riding on this meeting. We're in work to rule right now, but depending on the results of this, as Darren Woods has told us, that all options remain on the table. We have some activity going on behind me. You can see that the workers are outside, right outside the entrance of the Department of Labor. They're singing. They are, saying all of those famous union chants. and they are demanding that they get what is theirs from the resort. So this is a matter, they say, that has been going on for years now. They want to resolve, and they are prepared to take things to the next level. So we'll continue to watch the situation as it unfolds. That meeting again between union executives as well as officials from the Bahamas Hotel Employees Association being mediated by the Department of Labor Director Howard Thompson. That is the very latest. If more happens during this newscast, Makosha, we'll break in to let you know. For now, for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pfeiffer. We'll send it back to you in studio.
Also this afternoon, police officers speeding to the Marathon Road area to investigate reports of a shooting. Our news team headed to the scene. The only information officers disclosed was that the victim has been taken to hospital. Now, we'll continue to follow this story as well as the one earlier pertaining to the union once more information becomes available to us. Meantime, a traffic cop recuperating in hospital this evening following an accident this morning in Nassau Village. Preliminary reports are that the officer was riding his motorbike north on Sumner Street just before 9 a.m. when a man reversing a red Nissan Note from a yard on the western side of the street collided into him. The officer was seriously injured to the face, right arm, and lower extremities. He was rushed to hospital where he's in stable condition. Police are meantime seeking the whereabouts of the driver of that vehicle who abandoned the car and ran off. The matter's under active investigations. This, however, is the second officer struck this week. At last report, Inspector Thomas McIntosh's condition was unchanged. He remains critical. Meantime, the police force's swift response to crime, part of the commissioner's strategy to keep the country safe. And this includes the force's 4 operations: Ceasefire, Black Stripe, Takedown, and Eagle Claw. The goals to disrupt prolific offenders and target hotspots.
Out of that 1,704 arrested. I highlighted the amount of weapons taken off. Search warrants, 83. Warrants of arrest, persons outstanding warrants due to stop and search and doing name checks. Discovered that they had outstanding warrant, stop and search, 6,496. 6,496 stop and search. So the officers are busy because we know that the criminals are moving from point A to B with weapons in their car, targeting individuals.
While the fear of crime, a prevailing issue for many Bahamians, particularly those looking to assist police in solving some of those serious criminal cases. But with retaliatory gang killings continuing, or just the growing fear of becoming a victim of crime, how can most people play their part and say something, as they're often called to do by police? Well, Jimenita Swain has the National Security Minister's views.
The police have not made it a secret in the case of some homicides that the victims are suspects. In fact, the nation's leader recently revealed that just last year, more than 40% of murder victims were on bail for murder or related offenses. National Security Minister the Honorable Wayne Munro shared this observation.
So some of the reports I see, a young man comes up to another young man, broad daylight, has on no mask, shoots him. And that young man says he can't give a description. The fear that I have, that I express to the police, is he knows exactly who shot him, and his position is he's going to deal with it himself. And I always put that as a possibility, and they always express that that may be so. And so again, that's a matter where the public must learn not to take matters in their own hands, because it's a vicious cycle.
It's this very retaliatory cycle that troubles the National Security Minister, who Thursday addressed the Rotary Club of West Nassau on the topic Peace Building and National Security. For some Rotarians, the fear of crime also sparked the question about government changing its current firearm licensing policy.
Statistics tell us that the vast majority of people who will have a licensed firearm of any description will never, ever have to use it for any purpose unless they go hunting. But if it makes you feel safer, there may be some value to it. But again, that's a different topic in this country because we don't have the same rules and culture as America does on that.
And with a familiar call from police for members of the public to say something if they see a crime, Minister Monroe reminded this option still exists.
Crime Stoppers still function, and it's anonymous. As the ads say, the phones aren't even answered in the Bahamas. And so people can give the police leads, information anonymously, and Crime Stoppers advertises aggressively over that, and people are free to use that as a means if they truly are afraid.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Jimenita Swain.
About 70 students today got a crash course in human trafficking, how to prevent themselves from becoming a victim and how to spot it, thanks to the Fox Hill Urban Renewal Center and the Ministry of National Security. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Member of Parliament for Fox Hill, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, warning students that they're vulnerable in a way he never was because people can use their phones or computers to intrude on their lives.
It is possible for people to befriend you. It is possible for people to entrap you. It is possible for people to cause you to do things that you would not ordinarily do. And I think it is very important, therefore, to say to you that you must have a sense of your own personal self-worth and integrity and never allow anyone to violate your personal space. Your personal space is sacrosanct and holy, and no one should be allowed to violate that space without your permission. So make that very clear at the start whenever you have any kind of relationship or whether you interact with any persons.
Human trafficking is a form of modern-day slavery where the victims are forced or exploited sexually or for labor. The minister says one of the ways people can entrap you is by taking your passport, urging students to always guard the document.
Make sure you always have it and never surrender it, because one of the ways that people trap you is they grab your passport and they tell you you can't move because they have your passport. So guard this document if you get it, and make sure you do not surrender it to anyone. I mean, your parents, of course, being the exception. So I've talked to you about identity. I've talked to you about sense of self. What I want to say finally is always be self-aware, because things don't always come to you on a straight line. And train your mind to figure out when someone's leading you into a trap.
Still to come, to the immediate impact from those travel advisories. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Focall Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Since they're on sale, Max bought things neither he nor his friend really needed. Hungry for deals? Come to KFC to satisfy your hunger before doing something crazy. Our new 6-piece value deal is packed with 6 pieces of your favorite fried chicken, 3 orders of crispy fries, and 3 buttery biscuits, all for just $20. You work hard for your money. Get the biggest bang for your taste buds. Satisfy your taste buds with KFC. It's finger-licking good.
You've set big goals for your future, and we can help you to achieve them. Getting that degree you've always wanted, buying your first car, making it official on a truly special day, or building a home that's your own. Big or small, share your ambitions with us, and we can help make them real.
ESE Distributors, the #1 wholesale beauty supplier in the Bahamas, specializing in hair products, accessories, and makeup. A variety of skin lightening products, Keratin, Natural Bright, Pawpaw, and personal toiletries, like soaps, creams, lotion, and oils. Hair products like Got2b, Red One, and everything in the Morphos line. And lots of hair. Afro Kinky, 3X Ghana, Crochet Hair. We deliver and ship to the Family Islands. ESE Distributors, located on Soldier Road opposite NCA.
National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Munro, making this revelation when discussing the travel advisories issued by the recent United States and Canada, warning travelers to this destination to exercise a high degree of caution due to the high rates of crime.
The reality of crime for a visitor is not a one visitor was the victim of a murder or robbery. But you could sit offshore and have as much fare as you want. And that is our challenge as a tourist destination. And the Deputy Prime Minister sets out how we're going to deal with that.
In related news, aviation stakeholders keeping a keen eye on what, if any, impact the local aviation sector is experiencing as a result of those recent international travel advisories to the Bahamas from the U.S. and Canada. Director of Aviation, Dr. Kenneth Romer, says there is no measurable data indicating anything significant, but he hastens to add that it is still too early to say.
Our team is again reviewing the metrics. We are monitoring and we are measuring, and I think that very soon we should be able to speak quantitatively as relates to any impact.
Bahamas Air's ticket office, a fixture in the Palmdale area for decades, but now the airlines closed those doors and headed south. Corval Pyfrom reports on the opening of the National Fly Carrier's new city ticket office in the heart of City 2000.
First, the blessing.
We dedicate it to you now in the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, and in the name of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen. Then the ribbon cutting, followed by the sprinkling of some holy water, and then we're off to the races. Southwest Plaza's newest tenants, the National Fly Carrier Bahamas Air's new city ticket office, is open for business. Of course, there was a celebration to mark the occasion as well. So why the move from Palmdale here to Southwest Plaza? Well, that's strategic. Southwest Plaza sits along Carmichael Road, the fastest growing residential and business district. And so the National Fly Carrier is banking that high volumes of traffic here will mean big bucks for the airline.
We firmly believe that this new CTO will not only serve as a gateway to our exceptional airline services, but also as a symbol of our dedication to enhancing the travel experience for everyone in the Bahamas.
Tourism's Deputy Director General and Aviation Director, Dr. Kenneth Romer, sees this and other successes the airline is having as a reset for Bahamas Air.
This move today speaks about several things. Financial resilience. It speaks about operational efficiencies. It speaks again about putting the customer at the forefront of business. And it speaks again about Bahamas Air being innovative on how they do business.
At this new Bahamas Air City Ticket Office, or CTO as they call it, customers will be able to book reservations, purchase tickets, and change itineraries as Bahamas Air starts a new chapter. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
Well, the Bahamas remain steadfast in supporting multinational forces maintaining peace in an unstable Haiti. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis has committed to deploying 150 officers to those efforts. Foreign Affairs Minister the Honorable Fred Mitchell says there's been no change in that regard. But if there is no movement real soon, it may be back to the drawing board. The United Nations-backed resolution approving multinational security forces led by the Kenyan police to Haiti as that country spirals further into civil unrest expires in weeks.
It's been more than a year since the government of Haiti requested these troops. The resolution is going to be almost 6 months old in March, or will be 6 months old in March, and it only has the authority for 12 months. So, time is against us.
Well, challenges abound for the private sector, but according to newly minted chair of the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation, Timothy Ingram, taxation has become a major bone of frustration, and the requirement to officially register online for this year's business has only added another level.
A lot of the businesses, members tell us the uncertainty from year to year over where taxes will go and what's going to change. And so we had an online tax system change this year, which kind of came at a time when, a critical time when everyone's trying to get their reporting done and the systems are working properly, so it became very frustrating. We've had changes to, I believe, the customs system. Some members reported some changes there. And so these changes, it almost seems that we're in a state of constant change. And if you're a business person, you want to see something settle down for a bit. You want to see your tax bill settle down. You want to see the technology you're using to interface with your government settle down as well. And so that's the primary thing.
Now, for the Department of Inland Revenue's part, its communication manager, John Williams, earlier this week admitted their system has challenges, but that it's expected to be updated shortly. We still have more news to come, but Marcellus Hall has a look at what's coming up in sports. Marcellus?
Coming up in sports for this evening, BISS Track and Field Championships are a go. We'll tell you the details ahead in sports.
In the Yellow Elder Garden, Ali and her cousins listened to Grammy share tales. The 70s so sweet, with themed costumes and dancing feet. Then came the brass, reaching new heights. A symphony of Bahamian nights. The 2000s, the Yellow Elder, a symbol of pride. Grammy's legacy in view as Ali dances in her Yellow Elder costume. We are alive.
Attention, all Bahamians. Our country needs your input to help shape our future, economy, and reputation. We encourage you to take part in the Made in the Bahamas survey today. This certification is a mark of quality, a symbol of our national pride, resilience, and commitment to producing superior products and services. Go online to madeinthebahamas.info. Your voice, our future. Let's make our products a symbol of our nation's greatness.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
Immediate Response went to New York, Houston, and then to Atlanta to locate, celebrate, and feature outstanding Bahamians making waves throughout the USA. In February, Immediate Response flies across the pond to broadcast live from Grand Ole London. Join the ZNS radio and TV network as we interview Bahamian movers and shakers in and around Great Britain as Immediate Response continues spanning the globe, identifying standout Bahamians making their mark internationally. For more information on how you can be a part of the Immediate Response Global Series, call 502-3800 or email phoenixinstitute@gmail.com.
My business couldn't survive without my credit card machine from Fidelity.
It's fast, convenient, and my clients love it.
My sales increase, and I can track my earnings.
Get your credit card machine from Fidelity today.
Call 356-7764.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
It's a concept officials hope to one day make a reality. The official launch of a consultation for the Bahamas Creative and Performing Arts Academy held this week at the Margaritaville Beach Resort, with officials eyeing a 2026 opening date. No site has been selected or a price tag attached to the project, but the old Shirley Street Theater is one of the locations being considered for what officials say will be a tertiary level institution for individuals 18 and up to receive tutelage in the arts, and that's from music to acting, dance, and more. Minister of Economic Affairs, Senator the Honorable Michael Alkeidas addressed the benefits of a thriving orange economy.
Of the more than 16 sectors which comprise the orange economy, however, performing arts promises to have the most productive and catalyzing impact for the domestic economy. In training a new generation of artists, performers, and cultural entrepreneurs, we raise both the volume and caliber of our human resources in the Bahamas, maximizing our chances of success.
Project head Ian Poitier says the Performing Arts Academy is something the local creative industry has long anticipated, while Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis believes the launch of the consultation plants the seed of that long-held ambition.
We're offering full and part-time courses. There will be courses in performance, in creative side of things, by which I mean writing, directing, acting, producing. Technical, so camera work, lights, sound, stage management, and so on. We propose to be the best in the region initially, and then the best in the world.
I believe that in developing and promoting the creative skills and talents of our people, we are developing a nation better fit and able both to overcome challenges and to seize the opportunities of our time. The arts in general, and the performing arts in particular, have the power to help us imagine better possibilities for ourselves and for our world.
18 of the best Catholic primary school spellers battled it out yesterday at the Archdiocese's 57th annual spelling bee at Xavier Slower School. The students managing to remain calm and cool for most of the fair's competition, but in the end, it was St. Francis Joseph School 5th grader Janine Lee who emerged victorious.
P-E-C-T-R-A-L, spectral.
How do you feel about winning the spelling bee?
I didn't expect to get first place, and this is my first time ever in my life joining a spelling bee, and I win.
We believe in students being well-rounded, and so we need to make certain that they know what it means to stand, articulate, be confident, and know who they are as a Catholic student.
Second place finisher was St. Cecilia's 5th grader Sean Cargill Jr., who plans to try again next year.
I am so grateful that for my mother, my father, my coaches, and everyone.
Well, high achievers of Thelma Gibson Primary School honored during a special assembly today. Under the theme Soaring with Excellence, the youngsters received trophies, special pins, and certificates for their hard work last semester. Principal Yolanda Roll says the youngsters were recognized for other milestones as well.
Today, we are actually highlighting 250 students of the school. We have 103 students on the honor roll, 41 on the vice principal's list and 14 on the principal's list. We have 48 students who have not missed one day of school last term, and we have 50 students most improved. And I just want to put a little notch in there for our teachers, because they're going above and beyond the call of duty, and they're just giving it all they have to ensure that these students do well. And you know, with the Ministry of Education's initiative, which is numeracy and literacy, that is our focus.
Well, as you just heard, teachers were also praised for the role they play in helping students achieve their goals.
And sometimes when we talk about students succeeding, we only talk about the students who are high achievers, the persons who are on the principal's list or the vice principal's list or the honor roll. But we want to highlight our most improved students, students who come to school every day. And so that's what it's all about today. We're highlighting everything, all of the achievements.
With work ongoing at Disney Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point and preparation being made for the arrival of the first ship on June 7th, Disney Cruise Line and the University of the Bahamas have formalized a partnership aimed at preparing the Lutheran labor force to take on jobs at the property. The two announced the launch of the Leading Light program at a press conference that will be facilitated through the university's Continuing Education and Learning program, intended to provide free basic and hospitality leadership training for Elutherans. Regional Director of Public Affairs Joey Gaskin says it's an attempt to ensure Elutherans benefit from the South Eleuthera-based development. As Disney believes in the tourism industry, Bahamians should take the lead.
We wanted to ensure they had the tools they needed, like laptops, and a facility to take in-person classes, which we provide at the DCL-funded Eleuthera Chamber of Commerce's Eleuthera Business Hub. We recognize that people already have a lot on their plates, and that everyday costs like gas and food could be prohibitive on an island like Eleuthera. With this in mind, we incentivized the training and arranged for cash grants on prepaid cards to cover some of those everyday costs. The schedule during the day, after work hours, and on weekends was designed to serve a diverse audience. Even something as simple as the program providing uniforms will make a huge difference for someone who might feel that they can't participate in this training because they do not have the appropriate clothing.
There will also be an employment communications course focused on resume writing, but more than just seeking to provide talent for Disney. Company officials intend to improve the prospects of Elutherans overall. University of the Bahamas interim president Janine Hodder believes the partnership with Disney exemplifies the university's goal of supporting and driving national development in the Bahamas.
We have an incredible history of offering baccalaureate degrees, associate degrees, we have master's degrees, but we also have a very rich and full history of offering skill-based training and certificate programs. Whatever it is that we at the university can do to support and assist Bahamians in reaching their aspirations. And so this partnership with Disney Cruise Lines is an opportunity for us to showcase our talent at actually curriculum building in service to the needs of Elutherans. There are two programs. There's a skill-based entry program, and there's a leadership program, also because, as my friend here, Mr. Gaskins, said earlier, we're interested in helping the Elutherans gain entry positions across the industry.
Wetlands and human well-being, the focus of this year's World Wetlands Day. It's a focus that draws on the interconnectedness between wetlands and various aspects of human well-being, be it physical, mental, or environmental health. And with wetlands making up so much of the local landscape, raising awareness to protect them is crucial. Jimenita Swain reports.
For us in the Bahamas, our wetlands are very important as nurseries for fish, and you can see some of the fishes in the habitats.
Jennings Environmental and Security's Chief Executive Officer, Eustacia Jennings, very vocal on the important role wetlands serve in the Bahamas. In fact, she explains there are inland and coastal wetlands, the latter serving a key focus.
Our coastal wetlands are important as buffers. We know we talk about climate change and sea level rise and all the increase in storms, etc. Wetlands become very important as nature-based solutions because they absorb a lot of that excess water, and they give the water somewhere to go. If we fill in all the wetlands, the water doesn't have anywhere to go but to cause flooding.
The Andros-based environmentalist has spent much of her time raising awareness with residents there on protecting the Davis Creek wetlands.
Is a part of a management program and coming up with a community-based program for Davis Creek to make sure we restore it and also preserve the wetlands. And part of that is something like this, to make sure that we, clean regularly, cleanups, and also remove invasive species.
And if you didn't know, wetlands must be carefully cared for due to the vital role they play.
It's just not, don't cut them down. That's an important thing. But then if you have them, making sure that you're monitoring them, that you're not polluting them, that we're actually making sure that they're healthy and they're thriving, that the water flow is what it needs to be, the hydrology, to maintain a healthy ecosystem.
Even as we observe World Wetlands Day, environmentalists and nature lovers hope that we continue to protect the wetlands and keep them clean. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Jimenita Swain.
Still to come, our feature story, a special song for a special occasion. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
In case you missed the news or want to stay ahead, subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on X, TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook.
As we roll into February, we continue to save at Super Value and Quality supermarkets. Libby Spaghetti and Meatballs, 15-ounce, $1.59. Distinction Evaporated Milk, 14-ounce, $1.19. American Heritage Cream Cheese, 8-ounce, 2 for $5. Ground beef, 1 pound, $3.99. Beef short ribs, $4.99 per pound. If you're looking to save, you're looking at Super Value and Quality supermarkets.
Immediate Response went to New York, Houston, and then to Atlanta to locate, celebrate, and feature outstanding Bahamians making waves throughout the USA. In February, Immediate Response flies across the pond to broadcast live from Grand Ole London. Join the ZNS radio and TV network as we interview Bahamian movers and shakers in and around Great Britain as Immediate Response continues spanning the globe, identifying standout Bahamians making their mark internationally. For more information on how you can be a part of the Immediate Response Global Series, call 502-3800 or email phoenixinstitute@gmail.com.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
If you're on the island of Eleuthera and looking to lock down a new job, this next one's for you. Disney's Regional Public Relations Officer Joey Gaskin shares more on a job fair set for Eleuthera on Saturday.
We're focused on building our team for Disney Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point. We made a commitment early on to hire as many Bahamians as possible. We're hoping to get to 100%. And so if you are interested, February 3rd at Preston H. Albury in Rock Sound, Eleuthera, Disney Cruise Line will be holding a job fair there. You can come out, apply for the positions that we have available, which is the full range of positions, as well as to put in an application at dcljobs.com so you could be considered.
Well, scores of North Androsians filing into a packed auditorium in Nicholstown with the aim of getting the issues they face within the constituency resolved. Our Anthony Smith was there as residents had their say.
What kind of concessions are there for us, please?
Just one of the many questions North Andros residents put to the powers that be. A town meeting addressing their concerns held at Huntley Christie High Thursday evening.
The real fishermen, you know, we need some attention.
The next thing I'm concerned about, are we going to get our ducks in these areas fixed?
It's the first such meeting for North Androsians this year. Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Bolag, and Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, among the panel of listening ears. The issues of the everyday Androsians ranging from power lows, infrastructural concerns, and the need for proper storm facilities. Problems Member of Parliament for the area, Leonardo Lightbourne, says he is ultimately looking to solve.
It is important that we engage our constituents to make sure that we bring solutions to many of the problems and issues or concerns here in the community. Most of them are from a governmental standpoint, so from a government we need to do our part to ensure that our citizens are well taken care of.
And it seems their persistence has been paying off. Some good news coming for the constituency's best and brightest in the form of improved facilities.
I've got confirmation that the track will be paved in 2 weeks so these young athletes could get back and preparing themselves. The Nicholstown softball field will also be getting some attention at the end of the month. And so they're the first two things we're going to pay attention to.
And that's apparently the aim, to address those outstanding issues head on and to ultimately chart the path for the year ahead.
It's very important that my residents, constituents, know the way forward, know what's coming to the table, how am I improving their lives in terms of infrastructures, economically, civic duties, social duties, religious duties. So that to start the year off with the town meeting is very important.
A town hall meeting is scheduled for the Berry Islands in March. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Antoine Smith.
Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Patricia. We have clear skies this evening. Temperature a chilly 68 degrees. The relative humidity 61%. We have some rather light winds out of the northwest at 2 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,014.3 millibars. That is 29.92 inches. And your temperatures around the Family Islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 67 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Grand Toll Key in Abaco, Marshall, Abaco, 68 degrees. The Berry Islands and Alistair Bimini at 73. Harbour Island, 70 degrees, 66 in Roxanne, Eleuthera, Fresh Creek, Central Andros at 70 degrees, Kemp's Space on Andros and Black Point Exuma, 69, Artistan, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rumkey, all at 66 degrees, Georgetown, Exuma, 70 degrees, 71s in Ragged Island, Clarencetown, Long Island, and Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, Miguana, 69, Ackland, 69, Matchitown, Nagua, 75, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 73 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, Vital King, and the Paint Center. For all areas tonight through Saturday, those winds will remain light and variable with flat seas. High tide that will take place at 1:23 in the morning, with a low tide at 7:48 tomorrow morning. And then on Sunday, in the northwestern parts of our country, the winds will increase out of the southeast at 12 to 18 knots. Wave heights building 3 to 6 feet, so constant flights go up on Sunday for the northwest Bahamas. Now, the low tide, that will take place at 8:52 in the morning, with the high tide at 2:30 in the afternoon. For the central and southeastern islands on Sunday, the winds will be southeast at 10 to 15 knots, and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
All my ladies, walk out for them. First of all, you don't need no validation. You don't need no affirmation from nobody. No, sir. No, on your body. Confidence and sex appeal. Every now I get your feel. The way I bounce and stick it, I don't work the bumper right there. Eyes above me.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Want to have your voice heard? Send your letters to the editor to digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. Share your thoughts on current events or positive stories within your community. That's digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. We want to hear from you.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
You've set big goals for your future, and we can help you to achieve them. Getting that degree you've always wanted, buying your first car, making it official on a truly special day, or building a home that's your own. Big or small, share your ambitions with us, and we can help make them real.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check on a Friday, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall. Well, yesterday, the announcement coming in that the BISS Track and Field Championships will take place March 6th through the 8th. With that concern now behind us, local athletes can now continue to go about their training routines. Yesterday, however, we did catch up with a number of field athletes who normally find their exploits overshadowed by the athletes on the track. At the time, they were mortified at the thought that they could not potentially represent their respective schools. Carifta athlete Diore Scott with her thoughts on BISS competition.
As an athlete, I'd want to compete in it because it's rivalry between, SOC and QC. Want to see who's the best. But whatever happens, happens, I guess.
Meanwhile, fellow Carifta qualifier and thrower Anne Mackey also expressed her thoughts on the matter.
I don't think it should be canceled because you have athletes who prepared for this, and even the school's preparing to battle the best of the best. Queens College, and especially SOC, going head to head, and I'm a student of Queens College, so we were looking forward to executing the plan, and I just hope that we're able to have that competition because I think everybody wants to see that.
And apparently that is indeed the case, as much anticipated meet is back on the calendar for the first week of March, as we told you. Well, B3H President Jamiko Archer is saying that it may be time to look at changing the way the track calendar is set up moving forward.
We focus a lot of the competition before the Carifta Games. There's still an opportunity to look at a calendar that's post-Carifta, as we still have the World Juniors that we prepare for, and a number of other regional and international competitions. The AAU is a heavily sought after meet that many of the clubs attend. And so the track and field season doesn't end at the Carifta cycle. It only just begins. Moving into some hoops news, New Providence Basketball Association set for a triple header action tonight at the C.I. Gibson Gym. First game set for 6:30. Protos Express Rockets taking on the BIBT Great Whites in Division II. Leonard Regulators and Brandon Deli Kings will match up at 8:30. That's also Division II. And then the finale of the night, Sand Dollar High Flyers going up against the Tucker Boys Mambas in Division I at 9:30. And college basketball, A.J. Storr and 6th-ranked Wisconsin taking on Nebraska last night. Storr with a game-high 28 points, but it would be in a losing effort. Badgers taking the loss in this one, 80-72. And that's your check on sports for this Friday. Don't go anywhere. Your Friday weather forecast is just around the corner. Stay with us.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Join us for the rebroadcast of the 2024 Anthony Huck Williams Jr. Junkanoo Parade, Saturday, February 17th at 1 p.m.
And I was wondering if you'd like to buy a box of candy to help keep kids like me off the streets and out of gangs.
Look here, how much it cost, man?
Just $20. Just
$20. Man, you'll get your little Happy Meal.
A real man supports kids that are trying to better themselves. I love kids.
I think I love kids, too.
Coming up, cruising through the Caribbean, experiencing unique thrills. From Trinidad and Tobago Carnival to Barbados' Sandy Lane Gold Cup. The area's top airline honors its most loyal customers with a very special celebration. Taking in the cultural vibes with some flyboarding at the side. Of course, you're in the Turks and Caicos Islands. It's all next on this station.
Immediate Response went to New York, Houston, and then to Atlanta to locate, celebrate, and feature outstanding Bahamians making waves throughout the USA. In February, Immediate Response flies across the pond to broadcast live from Grand Ole London. Join the ZNS Radio and TV network as we interview Bahamian movers and shakers in and around Great Britain as Immediate Response continues spanning the globe, identifying standout Bahamians making their mark internationally. For more information on how you can be a part of the Immediate Response Global Series, call 502-3800 or email phoenixinstitute@gmail.com.
We are here in the time of need. There's no discrimination. The mission is to relieve the suffering. We volunteer, we deliver care. With donors and partners, we're always here to turn compassion into action. Protecting life and health with our training throughout the years. We empower to heal the world. There is hope, assistance with disasters. There is shelter and love for our people. We can work together to help those in need. So volunteer with us and donate to show you care. There is hope, assistance with disasters. There is shelter and love for our people. We can work together to help those in need. So volunteer with us and donate to show you care. Together, let's build a more resilient Bahamas. Community farming for food security. Climate programs suited for our island country. Together, let's build a more resilient Bahamas.
This message brought to you by the Bahamas Red Cross Society in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
What does disability look like? In a busy airport terminal, at the check-in counter, at security checkpoints, or even in baggage claim? Passengers with hidden disabilities often go unnoticed. Globally, 1 in 7 persons have some form of a disability. 80% of those disabilities are non-visible. In an airport environment, workers are often unaware of hidden physical, mental, or neurological disabilities that some passengers live with. This can lead to frustration and a less than ideal travel experience. So, how do we make the invisible more visible? At LPIA, we've implemented the Sunflower Lanyard program. The lanyards are visual cues for airport workers to immediately identify passengers who might need additional assistance. NAD is teaming up with the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and key stakeholders at LPIA to launch the internationally recognized initiative. We're joining more than 180 airports and 26 countries already in the program. NAD is the first organization in the Bahamas to recognize the Sunflower Initiative. It's a way to show our continued commitment to making LPIA a safe, welcoming, and inclusive airport for all. Passengers needing to secure a free Sunflower lanyard can email sunflower@nas.bs or call 1242-397-8600. For more information, visit www.nassauLPIA.com.
Suicide prevention starts with recognizing the warning signs and taking them seriously. If you think a friend or family member is suicidal, there is a lot that you can do to help and save a life. However, for persons who are not in the grips of suicidal depression and despair, it's a bit difficult to understand what actually drives many individuals to take their own lives. A suicidal person may feel as if there is no help available and they're in so much pain that there aren't any other options. So here are a few warning signs to look out for. A person frequently talking about suicide, self-loathing or self-hatred, suddenly getting their affairs in order, saying goodbye to loved ones, withdrawing from others, and self-destructive behavior. Talking to a friend or family member about their suicidal thoughts and feelings can be extremely difficult for anyone. If you're unsure whether or not someone is suicidal, the best way to find out is to simply ask. Giving a suicidal person the opportunity to express their feelings can provide relief from loneliness, pent-up negative feelings, and perhaps prevent an attempted suicide. You can start the conversation with statements like, "I've been feeling concerned about you lately. I've noticed some differences in you and wondered how you're doing today." If they confide in you and they are suicidal, respond quickly by telling them you care and get them the help that is needed. Help is always available at the Crisis Center, the Department of Social Services, BASH, Sandlands Rehabilitation Center, and the National Hotline for 24-Hour Crisis. Find someone that you can trust to talk to about your feelings and get the support and help that is needed. I am Inspector Mikal Pinder, reassuring you that your mental health matters. You are not alone. Get the help that is needed today.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, our satellite picture showing that ribbon of cloud now moving across the central and southeastern parts of the country, giving way to some clearing skies over the northwestern islands. And meanwhile, that area of high pressure continues to push towards the east, and that will give way to some lighter winds over the next couple of days. But those winds will begin to increase on Sunday as an area of low pressure is expected to develop in the Gulf of Mexico. That's going to move rather quickly across the northwest Bahamas beginning on Sunday, continuing into Monday, and that will be followed by a frontal system which will trail out of that low pressure that will move through on Tuesday, and hence we will see some reinforcing cool temperatures over the next several days. Tonight, mainly clear and cool, 59 degrees for your low temperature, and tomorrow partly sunny and pleasant high temperature at 77 degrees. Your extended weather forecast looking like this. Pretty nice day. Tomorrow, Sunday, we will see some showers work their way into our forecast, some of which could be heavy at times as that area of low pressure tracks towards the east. And then come Monday, things will open up a bit, but we'll keep showers in the forecast. Tuesday, frontal boundary goes through, bringing more clouds, more showers, and thunderstorms to the area. But thereafter, we will see skies clearing, temperatures dropping. We'll see some low 60s as we head into next week. Makishna.
Well, thanks, Basil. And before we leave, the country's distressing crime rate fueling the call for peace, and not from pastors or parents or even the government, but those ultimately left to chart the future direction of the Bahamas. Just listen in to this next report from our Corvell Pyfrom.
The lyrics are simple, but at the same time profound. There was a time when we lived in peace in our land. There was a time when we held each other's hand. this is not child's play that these children are singing and signing about. The lyrics continue, young men with guns, no regard for life, senseless killings, families in grief, national distress. Look at us now, no peace in our land. This is a song for peace. In fact, it is called Let There Be Peace, sung by combined choirs from Garventines Primary School and the Center for the Deaf. Former parliamentarian, educator, and occasional deputy to the Governor General, Ruby Ann Cooper Darling, moved by all the violence gripping our country, the rate of senseless killings moving her to write a song about it. Her sister-in-law and Garventines music teacher, Sharon Purser Cooper, arranged the music.
Oh, it is a combined effort and a combined lament, but also a song of hope that says, let there be peace. With God in our land, there will be peace.
And Michaela Smith, the principal of the Center for the Deaf, is happy for the inclusion.
We are also proud of our children and having that collaboration and joining in with Garventines and being both of the schools in the Western New Providence Primary District. We are happy to join in, to let the country know that the deaf are also experiencing and feeling it too.
It's a heavy song, but one of hope. Here's hoping its message reaches those young men with guns from its messengers, children armed only with their voices, both singing and signing. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
And with that, we end the Bahamas Tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.